Hey y'all, it's your girl Lala. Welcome back to my garden. So today guys, I'm going to give you a quick update as to what has been going on in my garden. So come on, let's go. Just to recap, in one of my most recent uploads, you have seen me harvested the moringa leaves. Now these are the leftovers that I'm not going to use. I'm going to take you around and show you exactly where he cut these from. Here is the moringa tree. Here you can see the branches that were cut off my tree, leaving just this one tall branch that goes all the way up. And guys, eventually I will definitely cut off some from that top because I don't want it to get much taller. However, for right now, I want this plant to, put out new growth. And I don't have to worry about it doing that because it's very self-sufficient and it does grow quickly. So now I can come into my garden without looking up, worrying about lizards. Finally, my papaya tree that I've struggled with all of last year, now looking healthy, has on fruits, and I'm loving it. Over here, guys, in this container, I have some Korean melon seedlings growing. So I've purchased a Korean melon at the Oriental store. And I threw the seeds in this container. I just want to see what will become of them. So here they are, my Korean melon seedlings already growing. Definitely need to start transplanting these out. Also, guys, one of my sweet peppers, or maybe two of my sweet peppers I've used in the kitchen from the store. I threw the seeds in here as well, and look, they're growing. So I will keep you posted on this container. Now, over here, guys, this is my beautiful, I can't believe it, guys, susumba. Who knows what is a susumba plant? AKA gully beans. This is it. I got some susumba seeds from my aunt in Kissimmee, Florida, and I just threw some seed in the soil and look at it. At first I thought it was an eggplant coming up, but it's not. It is a susumba plant, aka gully beans. And I'm so ecstatic because I have this now growing in my garden, my mom's favorite veggie. I won't say it's my favorite, but I love it, okay? Especially with codfish. But I can't believe, guys, I have susumba growing in my garden. How cool is that? Now, guys, another tree that is coming up right next to my susumba tree is my starfruit tree. So this starfruit tree, guys, I've planted it or transplanted it here long before the susumba, aka gully beans tree, started to grow. Now I started these from seeds in little cups on my porch, and once they got to a certain size, I transplanted one over here, and I have a couple more in containers. Now it took a very long time for this plant to get to this stage. Of course, now with all the rainwater, it is starting to take form. But my susumba tree, guys, this is definitely a rarity here in Florida. And for me to have it in my garden, guys, there's no way I can uproot it because I threw more than one seed pods into the soil and only one susumba plant came up. And initially I thought it was an eggplant. So definitely, guys, my susumba tree, my starfruit tree, they're gonna get big. As you can see, the susumba came up way after my starfruit tree, and look at the size of it. And of course, they're gonna have to coexist, guys. They're gonna have to coexist. They're gonna have to find a way to make it work. I know the front of my yard is gonna be bushy, but I'm not uprooting either plants because it took a very long time for them to even grow. I was not even certain I was gonna get a susumba plant, but here it is, guys. Can't uproot them. Now this over here, guys, this is a cassava plant. Now my husband was doing some work in the backyard and accidentally broke the head off my cassava plant. I picked it up, stuck it right here, and guys, look, the rest is history. So I found out that cassava plant is easily propagated. This is one of my last June plum plants that has fruits on it. I've already started picking at them, but I'm just hoping that some of them would turn yellow. This way I can get the seeds to plant back. Now, over here, guys, if you're in South Florida, you need to get one of these. This is a Barbados cherry tree. I dug the hole, I put in there this thing, and guys, I water it when I remember, of course. Sometimes I do skip watering because I might have an engagement or, you know, something going on. I might not be able to water that evening or whatever. But this thing is just growing. You know, sometimes you don't water in something and it started to wilt. Not this plant. Look at this. It has been trying to send up blossoms like how many times now? Trying to put out fruits, guys. But it's not yet time for this thing to be fruiting. But it has not stopped growing. Especially now in the rainy season, it's getting all this water in. Look at this. More blossoms. I can't believe it, guys. I should have bought this plant sooner. So definitely if you're in South Florida or maybe just Florida, period, you know, get one of these in your gardens. I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed. Okay? Very little maintenance. It's doing its thing all on its own. I don't have to worry about it. The only thing I will do eventually is to trim it and make it a little bit, you know, just to tame it, because now it's just like spreading out like wildfire. Look at this, spreading all over the place. But eventually, once it gets bigger, I will trim it back and just to keep it neat. Now, another thing I want to point out, guys, is my collard greens. Now, if you're in Florida, guys, collard greens, they will grow throughout the summer. You just need to water them. Just water them. And I have not really been doing much in my garden. It's so hot. Can't take it outside. Look at my collard greens, guys. Because it has been raining, my collard greens are still looking good. Okay? They will withstand the crazy heat. Now, should you leave all these leaves on there? No, I would say take them off, bag them, put them in your freezer until you're ready to use them. To be honest, guys, I don't have the time sometimes to or remember to come and take these leaves off. My kale, on the other hand, it's struggling. They can also withstand the hot summer, especially if they have some kind of shading. But as you can see, weeds have taken over and I'm not doing much in my garden. It's too hot, guys, too hot. Here's another kale growing in the garden that I've recently cut from. Still have some more good leaves on here and we'll be taking off some more leaves soon. Now these containers, as you can see right here, are my strawberries. So I've started out with one container. This container of strawberry, it was one plant I picked up from Flamingo Nursery. But then of course, you know, the strawberries, they multiply. So I have 2 more containers just from that one plant. Here we have some callaloo. And as you can see, guys, nothing much going on in this garden, guys. It is so hot. I try to stay inside. My turmeric looking nice. These are my freshly planted turmeric. Okay, and my June plum seedling that is coming up. So soon I will be transplanting that in its own container. So guys, let me take you over to this lemongrass plant that you saw my husband trimmed. Now he did cut it back in May. We're now in July and we're in rainy season. So of course my lemongrass plant grew back. Now this is definitely what you want to do if you have a lemongrass plant and you have a lot of dead leaves. Just give it a good trim right before the rainy season and it will grow back. Okay? And guys, I'm going to show you. Not only did the lemongrass grow back, but here is a seedling. Over here is another seedling. Okay? Now over here's another seedling. Right there. Blended in perfectly with the grass. And I believe there are some more. Here we go. Here goes one right here. Can you see it? There it is. And there is another one over here somewhere. Here it is. And guys, this is just the beginning. In my backyard, it's the same thing. I have lemongrass seedlings popping up everywhere because I have a huge lemongrass plant in the backyard. Now, over here, let me show you my beans. These are the long beans, aka asparagus beans. And if you're in Florida, this is one of the go-to beans for you to plant in your garden because it will go through the hot summer still producing. Now, I've been collecting beans on here, sometimes 1, 2, 3 at times, and it is still producing. Look at the flower. So definitely a bean you need to grow in your garden if you're in Florida, okay? Garden update today. Now thank you so much for coming and watching, and I'll see you on the next video. It's your girl Lala saying bye now.